Look at the grooviest girl that just walked into the studio. It's Chris Louz-03, the Louz with movie news.
I am groovy.
What's up?
I'm half tie-dye.
That's perfect.
That's all right. You got your own thing
got
going
it.
there. I love it.
You're fitting the theme today, Chris. We appreciate it.
There were some good tunes on it.
You're one far-out chick.
You sure are.
I am far out. Guess what? I am so... This is literally like the most exciting movie announcement week that I could even say. This is my favorite phrase. Only in theaters.
Oh, yes.
There is a movie that you can only see in a theater.
Love it.
And it's called Nobody. And it is Bob Odenkirk. And you're like, who's that guy? If you watched Breaking Bad, or if you're a fan of Better Call Saul, it's that guy. And so you're like, he's nobody. So he's this husband. Someone breaks in, husband-dad, I should say. Someone breaks in, he doesn't really do anything about it. Then the wife's like, you didn't do anything. The kids are like, you didn't do anything. Then he starts to feel bad about it. And then it's like an inner rage kind of comes out. Then he starts doing stuff about it.
Interesting.
And yeah, so it's almost like, you know, when I first saw the preview for this, I'm like, this looks more sort of Liam Neeson-like.
I love it.
But he trained for 2 years for this. And he's just such an underrated talent because he can be hilarious, he can be dramatic. He's been in, you know, like Oscar caliber type roles.
Yeah.
He has he's a great writer. He has a hint of comedy. Yeah. I'm just looking very forward to it, and I applaud Universal for putting it only in theaters at first, and I'm very excited about it.
I want to see this one, Chris. This has a lot of psychological stuff going on with it, too, because instinctively, even me, as a female, I would do something about somebody breaking my house. He's got a lot of issues, reasons why
Are you saying...
There is going to be someone who gets injured. There could be dismemberment. I don't know. It's not a family movie.
Oh, it's not a family movie.
I feel like there could be a situation, and I don't know if you can handle it. I'm just letting you know.
What I'm saying is there's a lot of rage in him that he just is trying to suppress so much that he didn't take care of business. But
Kelly has a lot of rage.
No.
I
He wants
know
to
what
take
kind
it out
of movies.
with Bob Odenkirk.
I know what kind of movies Kelly likes, and it needs to be like
so you're saying
dogs running through flowers, flower fields.
Quick question, though. So are you saying it's kind of like where he obviously did something, but he can't remember what he did?
No. He didn't do anything when the when
so
the
they're
robbers
saying
came.
you're a coward.
He didn't protect his family.
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah.
I totally
And so then he
he
sort of, you know, felt bad about it afterward, like, I was nobody, I didn't do anything. And
Tawanda,
then, like, starts to get an inner rage and...
Yeah. Because he's disappointed in himself.
Yeah. Yeah.
I totally identify with that self-disappointment. So, yeah, I get it.
Also on Blu-ray this week is Soul. So if you didn't see it on Disney Plus, which I never would, then you could see it on Blu-ray for much less money. So it's about a middle school band teacher who, you know, his life hasn't gone quite the way he expected it to, and his passion is jazz. And then he travels to a whole other realm to help someone to find their passion. This is the most grown up of the Pixar movies, if you will.
More than Up? Or the most depressing first 10 minutes of a movie ever?
When that balloon takes him away, I am over in the movie Up. So this stars the vocal stylings of Jamie Foxx, who I love, Tina Fey, Angela Bassett, and Questlove, who we know from Jimmy Fallon's band. Or, well, the band that's on The Tonight Show.
Chris Later, I won't get too in-depth on this, but when I watched the trailer of this morning, I did have some thoughts I wanted to express, but I won't because it's too not with the theme of that movie. But I was like, that made me feel strong feelings when I watched that trailer.
Oh, gotcha.
It made me feel strong feelings.
All right.
You can tell me later.
I will.
You can tell me later. I had strong feelings about a movie I talked about last week, a documentary that I just wanted to talk about again, and I want to make sure people see it. It's The Last Blockbuster.
I watched it.
Did you love it? I friended, what is her name?
Oh, Mama Blockbuster.
Yes!
Yes!
I friended her on Facebook.
Did she accept?
I think so. It was so great. Was she great? And then, here's how deep I took it. I went to their website, and I bought a couple things to support the store.
Oh, that's so nice. Hey, Chris, when are you going to go work there and tell people what to buy?
When she asks me to.
There you go.
When she asks me to.
Chris
But
Louz-03, I do
her-
love her. She's the best part of the documentary.
Yeah.
She was fabulous and the very epitome of why they're open. I mean, if it's not her and probably the team that works there, they should, if something does end up happening to the store, and they do end up, shutting down at some point in the future, her and her team could go around teaching customer service.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
Can I ask one quick question about the documentary? I mentioned this on my rave review. The only part I did not care for was the narration. It sounded too much like a child's documentary to me, instead of serious.
I didn't like the narration, but I did like the interviews and the way they were edited.
Yes, that I do
that
like.
was great.
But the narrator's voice, I just like. I
Yeah.
feel like I'm watching like a.
Were
little
they just
kids.
like too?
It was a young.
It's too young and poppy
young,
sounding.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was young.
Yeah. Sorry,
But-
that's my
but I
only. That's my
did-
only critique.
It was very slickly edited.
Oh yes.
Very slickly edited.
And made me nostalgic. I'll get it.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I loved it.
I'm sorry, my Siri thought I said Siri.
I'm sorry that my Siri watch
Your
was
Siri watch,
talking
I
to
thought it was me. No, it's not.
Oh, okay.
And some really cool other movie news. LA and New York, they opened up in their theaters. So box office totals are going up, up, up. And so
Nice.
that's very exciting. And movie release dates are moving up. So Lin-Manuel Miranda's In the Heights is moving up from June 18th to June 11th. So that's very exciting.
Nice.
So just like the in theaters only, movie total, box office totals going up, release dates moving up, all of that is probably the most exciting news that I've talked about in like a year.
Yes, things are getting better. I'm
A
excited.
year.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the road to the Oscars is less than a month away, April 25th. You can see those nominations at Oscar.org. And then the next stop up is the Screen Actors Guild, which is my second, our show, Critics'
Yes.
Choice, the SAGs, and the Oscars. Those are my favorite. The Globes are fine, but they tell nothing.
Nothing.
So SAGawards.org for that. And then, of course, April 16th, mark your calendars for that, because that's the kickoff to Sado 48.
Oh, yeah.
And it's the 5-year anniversary, of course, to iProxy.
Are you serious? 5-year anniversary.
5-year anniversary to iProxy, I should say. Not to Sado, but to iProxy. So
Yes, to iProxy.
it's going to have to get shown, and we'll talk about that more
I
in
mean, it
depth.
won so many awards and was so critically acclaimed.
Hey, it was nominated.
Were you in that one, Jeremy?
Yeah, I was.
Okay.
He was a star.
I was.
He was the star.
Thanks, Chris Louz-03.
Thanks
much.
for having me.
Thanks for being so groovy.
Boogie on, groove on down.
Right after this.
I was going to say boogie.
Well, yeah, that's 70s, right?
Yeah.